Good morning. I'm attorney Gary Finklea from the Finklea Law Firm in Florence, South Carolina. Today I wish to speak with you regarding excluded drivers on an insurance policy. Recently I spoke regarding hidden drivers, and excluded drivers are a little different. Excluded drivers are people who may live in your household or who may fall into a class where they could have operated your car on a regular basis, and they're explicitly excluded from your policy. Generally, I find this in the case, let's say, for example, that your child lives with you and is a licensed driver. However, your child has had a number of traffic tickets or is a bad driver or has lost his license in the past. Sometimes insurance companies will exclude that driver from coverage. In other words, that driver cannot be insured while operating your motor vehicle and is not entitled to the benefits of any of your insurance policies if excluded. I recently had a case like this in Florence County, and based upon my review of the case law, if in fact a driver is excluded from your policy, if that driver subsequently operates your motor vehicle and is liable for an accident, the insurance company doesn't have to pay, even though there may be an innocent third party. Recently, the Court of Appeals affirmed that in the case Lincoln General versus Progressive Northern Insurance Company. It's one out of Berkeley County, and I don't think the holding was surprising. The surprise, I guess, to some folks, or the reason they wanted to test it, was every driver in South Carolina has to have minimum liability coverage to protect, the third persons on the road that they may be liable to if they cause an accident. In this particular case, the person injured made a claim against the insurance company who insured that car. That insurance company denied coverage because the driver was an excluded driver. So on one hand, even though every vehicle has to have minimum coverage, on the other hand, an insurance company's got the right to write the risk or insure the risk they deem appropriate. In this case, even though the insurance company denied coverage, the person who is injured, hopefully they have sufficient uninsured coverage to make that claim. But anyway, in the event you are an excluded driver or have an excluded driver on your policy, make sure they do not operate a motor vehicle. And if you're injured by someone who is an excluded driver on the insurance policy, more than likely you're going to have to make an uninsured motorist claim. Now, in our particular case, we litigated whether or not the exclusion was appropriate because the at-fault party, in my case, thought that they had remedied the condition that led to their exclusion to begin with, and we allege that the agent dropped the ball. It's an agent in Florence who, quite frankly, we seem to have repeated problems with in regard to the coverages he writes. If you have any questions regarding insurance coverages, please contact me at the Finklea Law Firm, 317-4900, or by email at gfinklea@finkleylaw.com. Thank you.